backstage noble wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Yesterday, in the Great Hall at the Villa Bagatelle, Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin were invited to hear Count Yorkash play the organ before being shown to their rooms, since they must stay overnight due to the storm outside. And as we join them now, we hear...
Look at him go with that organ.
Boy, I don't see how anybody could play music like that.
It just sounds like a mishmash, you know? Doesn't sound like real music.
No, I can't believe that's written down.
Sit back and make like you're enjoying it.
What do you suppose our rooms will be like upstairs? I don't know.
Oh, I can't really. This is just a huge headache to me.
He's completely out of his mind, I think, Mary. It's too bad we can't leave here tonight. Oh, what do you think he means by the ritual?
Oh, that's pretty scary. Oh, isn't this awful? And we have to sit here and listen to it.
I understand the road's washed out from here back to Rome.
How did we ever get in this mess anyway?
I've completely forgotten.
I mean, just a few weeks ago, we had a lovely TV show back in New York, and we had a nice show on Broadway.
That's right.
Here we are. Oh, wonderful!
Oh, Count Yorkash.
Terrific, Count. Good, I'm glad you enjoyed my playing at the organ.
Yes, we certainly did, Count.
Yes, it is raining outside. Did you like that song?
Oh, yes, we did, very much. We understand the road is washed out.
Oh, and so is all the bridges.
Well, could we be shown to our rooms now so we could get settled for the night?
Sure. Gaston. This is Gaston. I believe you met my friend before.
How do you do, Gaston?
Hello, Gaston.
How do you do, Gaston?
Gaston, stop doing that thing. Now, would you please take our guests to their room?
Motion he has to follow him. We better do that.
You better do what Gaston says.
We'll see you in the morning, Count.
He has very little patience ever since he was at the ritual.
Now, let's follow him. We've got to get out of here as soon as we can.
I'll be here at the organ in case you want me during the night.
Steve, we got to listen to that. Look at those bats. This is a scary place.
Gaston. I don't like to,
He's signaling you to go into that room, Calvin.
I know, but I don't want to...
And so, Mary Backstage, noble wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway.
Today's episode was written and produced by Henry Gladstone.
Well, that'll get us off the hook for that one, I guess.
You bet.
Next, Mary Backstage, noble wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It's still the same stormy night outside the Villa Bagatelle, where Mary and Harry, Pop and Calvin are in the upstairs bedroom. And it's several hours later as we join them and hear Calvin sing.
Gee, I just can't sleep here, Pop.
Oh, I can't either with that light on. Are you sure you can't sleep with the light off?
No, I'm nervous. You know, I can't ever sleep even in hotel rooms. When I'm away from home, I'm just not myself. I like my own beddy by.
Well, maybe we should ask Mary and Harry to join us, and we can all watch this TV set I just happened to notice behind this cobweb.
Yeah, it's a nice TV set. I wonder what kind of shows they have here in Italy.
I'll go and see if Mary and Harry want to watch it. You can warm it up in the meantime. You know, I think the storm is letting up.
Yeah, I'll throw a blanket over it.
Harry?
Yes?
Harry? Yes?
What do you want?
Want to come to watch TV? Calvin and me, we can't sleep.
Well, I don't know. We don't understand the language.
Well, I know, but it's something to keep our mind off the storm and that crazy Count Yorkash.
All right. Harry, why don't you get up and open the door?
I think that's a good idea. One of these doors is squeak.
Can't you sleep, Pa?
No, and Calvin keeps the light on in there all...
Yes.
It's almost morning anyway. I think I can see the first rays of sunrise over there to the east.
Wonder what time it is in New York back home.
And the storm is abating, too, I think. Sound as loud as it did. Where's the TV set? Oh, hello, Calvin.
Oh, it's over now, Ru. I got it all warmed up. Over?
Anything on?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
There's something on there now. So, come on over.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I had just a cat nap. You sleep at all, Harry?
No, I wasn't able to get to sleep either.
There it is. See?
Why, it's in English.
Yeah, I noticed.
I think it's the Sea Otter Show.
Yeah, it is. It's the Sea Otter Show. I hear that it's syndicated all over the world. There's more of these shows around the world than Gunsmoke.
Don't they change it into the language of the country where it's playing?
Apparently not. The Sea Otter Show, I think, is sent around in English and English only.
Now, let's listen.
The sea otter is a mammal then that is in the cold water and can stay underwater.
Sea otters live in pods or herds.
I wonder what kind of rating they
Active
have
mainly
here.
by day, they sleep in beds. I don't think they have sea otters even. Chin on chest and the paw over each eye.
I understand that when they sleep, they have a paw over each eye.
That is correct.
An adult sea otter.
Be quiet. Don't they know we're trying to watch TV down here?
Who do you suppose
And
an
an
adult sea otter that way?
Somebody, I
Might be
think they
about
took to the
80
ritual.
pounds. And one that size, at least maybe we missed the ritual. Get out of here early in the morning and be on our way.
The otter, of
Please, I'm
course,
trying to watch this.
is up in the Antarctica, cold water, and down in the Antarctica.
We've seen it so many times.
Pretty clear picture they have here, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
How much do they eat?
An 80-pound adult sea otter.
Yeah, that's from the ritual.
That's coming from the basement.
Yeah, that's where the
Do
whole
they run around, herds?
Sea otters live in pods or herds.
Odds of her.
Active mainly by day. At night they sleep in
their
beds
little
and
pods.
shells, sometimes with chin on chest and the paw over each eye. I've seen this show so much I know it by heart.
What an 80-pound adult sea otter would eat?
Yes,
About 15 pounds.
80-pound adult sea otter would eat about 15 pounds of fresh food daily. 15 pounds, right.
Do they ever use their pelts?
Well, look, there comes the sun up in the east.
That is,
It's morning and the
people who
storm
collect
is
their
over.
pelts.
You know, the daylight is your enemy.
Choice pelts from sea otters run as much as 25. And so morning finally arrives for our friends upstairs in the Villa Bagatelle. But they haven't left yet. You'll want to join us Monday when we'll hear Count Yorkash say,
Now, Gaston, I want you to take our guest to the basement for the ritual.
that's Monday in the next exciting episode of Merry Backstage Noble One. Word Car speaking. On your card, I see you're Mr. Next, Merry Backstage Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. It is morning now at the Villa Bagatelle. The air is cleared, the sun is shining, and after a sleepless night, Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin are in the great hall having breakfast as their host, Count Yorkash, enters. Over here.
Well, I hope you are enjoying your breakfast.
Yes, we are, Count.
Oh, it's nice.
I've never had spaghetti for breakfast before, but it's pretty good.
I didn't have spaghetti. This looks like egg, isn't it?
Yes, it looks like it. I guess
That is egg.
that's egg, eh, Count? What did you have, Mary?
I think I had, I don't know, just, what would you say? Was this a pancake of some sort?
Looks like pancake parmesan.
You are right. It is pancake with the cheese.
I never had that before either, but it doesn't sound half bad. It doesn't sound half good either.
I think I'll go and entertain you with the organ
Oh, that would be good,
while
Count.
you eat your breakfast. Did you have a pleasant night here at the Bagatelle?
Oh, couldn't sleep a wink with that storm, and Calvin had to keep the light on in our room all night.
I never sleep when I don't have my own blankie.
We finally ended up in their room watching television, Count Yorkosh.
Here, I will now entertain you at the organ.
Well, a finished eating.
There he is, foaming at the mouth again. He's really
Wildest
scary.
music I've ever heard.
He's mad. I think he's mad.
This reminds
Wait
me
a minute, will you pass the salt, please?
Here you go. It reminds me of scenes I've seen in the pictures. Oh, there's a strange scene for us to be sitting here in the Great Hall.
What was that? Did you hear something then?
No, I don't think I did. Now I do. Yeah, I do. It seems to be coming from
The tower.
downstairs.
I thought it was coming from the tower.
I thought it was from the tower, too. Where did you think it was from, Mary?
I couldn't tell. I thought for a minute it was from the tower, then I thought maybe it was from
It
downstairs.
seems to be coming from all around us. Up from the tower, downstairs.
You know, if we were thinking right, I think we should leave before the ritual.
He hasn't mentioned the ritual at all this morning. Maybe he's forgotten about it.
I don't want to be part of that ritual.
No,
I've seen enough of those scary movies, you know.
This follows along like the rest of them. We're in big trouble.
All right. Gaston, take him to the basement. Time for the ritual.
I guess we're supposed to follow Gaston, is that right?
Follow Gaston.
And so the moment has arrived as Count Yorkosh tells Gaston to lead our friends to the ritual. You want to join us tomorrow when we'll hear the Count say,
Yes, now the ritual will begin.
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Merry Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Chester Hasbrook Frisbee has been telling us about his plans for
I have?
our continued
I hope I didn't tell you too much.
story. No, and I'm sure that it will change as the days unfold, Chester.
Well, we had to advance the story, and I have planned ahead, of course, to bring them back from Europe. I don't want to tip off the story right now, Mr. Bob, Mr. Ray, but they will be back, and they will...
Speak up a little bit. I don't think we're hearing everything you're saying.
Do you want to talk to me, or do you want to insult me?
I'm not
I mean,
insulting
people
you.
can hear me fine.
You're talking so low and modulating, so you're louder. You're full of. Well, you're full of. You're noisier.
If you'd rather not talk to me, it's all right.
No.
If you want to know what my plans are for the story, well, that's another
I'd
story.
like to know what your plans are for the story.
I was saying, I'm going to bring them back to New York, and both Harry and Mary will star in the new play, The Zachary Taylor Story, and it will be a musical.
Yes.
And
Open shortly before Christmas.
we hope to open for Christmas, matinee also on Christmas and New Year's.
Well, there you have it, from the horse's mouth, the next plot line in the Merry Backstage story. Now, I know you want to go over to the other studio and get your cast ready.
All right, well, thank you very much, and I must run along for now. We'll be on the air at about 20 after 4 with today's episode.
Right. Chester Hasbrook Frisbee in his greatcoat now making his way through the throngs who always huddle outside of the studio doors, hoping to catch a glimpse of either Ray or myself while the program is in progress. And he'll be over there in just a few minutes.
Yes, you're a legend in your own time there, young man.
You know it. Next, Merry Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Today, our story returns us to New York City as we see Greg Marlowe calling on wealthy Jacobus Pike, famous Broadway angel and backer of many of Greg's plays, as he's being admitted to Pike's luxurious penthouse apartment by Rudy, valet to Mr. Pike. Can we hear?
Well, Rudy, it's been a long time since I've seen you.
Yes, that's right. Step right in here, sir.
Mr. Pike home?
Yes, I've told him you're here, and he'll be with you in just a few moments.
Just go into the drawing room then, shall I?
Make yourself comfortable.
Fine.
Help yourself to the cigars there on the table.
And I might have a spot of sherry, too, I believe.
I'll tell Mr. Pike you're here.
Fine, thank you, Rudy. Well, it's really exciting news I have for the old boy. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen Mr. Pike. Been, let me see, it must be almost 10 months since we last had a Broadway production with his backing.
No, it's you, Greg.
Oh,
Greg Marlowe, secretly in love with Mary.
yes.
Well, sit down, boy.
Oh, Mr. Pike.
Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Well, good to see you, too.
It's still the best sherry you have here.
Well, help yourself.
Thank you.
Cigars there in that box, too.
I just came from the doctor's. I woke up this morning with these 2 sharp puncture wounds in the throat.
Oh, that's strange. Looks like some kind of a vampire's been at work.
Well, I had thought of that, but the doctor assures me that it wasn't that actually my bridge had slipped out, and I slept on it last night.
Oh, well, good to hear that, Greg. Tell me, how are Mary and Harry?
I don't know. They, you won't believe this, wealthy Jacobus Pike, but they went to Europe with a brown paper bag.
Yeah, yes, I think I did know that.
Oh, really?
They were going to deliver it to Pepe Lococo or someone in the Casbah.
Oh, I hadn't been apprised that you were aware of this.
Yeah, well, I know a great deal more than you think I do.
Well, Mr. Pike, we didn't come here to small talk about the Backstages, although they will enter into my plans eventually.
Yeah, you have new plans, do you, Greg?
Yes.
Plans for a new play, a new musical?
Yes, a new musical that I thought we could open just before Christmas. Are you familiar with our former president, Zachary Taylor?
Well, only vaguely. I, of course, studied about him in history books, but I don't think anything stands out particularly to me.
Well, I have this story based on his life, and my friends and I think it would be a great musical.
You mean a musical based on the life of
Pike, yeah.
Zachary Taylor?
I spilled the sherry all over my nose.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
I'll call. Rudy! Yes? Bring a towel for Mr. Pike here. Yes, sir.
It's when you go
That's too bad.
like that, you frighten me.
Sorry about that, but I just seem to jump at certain times.
What do you think of the idea of putting the Zachary Taylor...
Well, I'll have to give it some thought, of course.
Wait just a minute, I think I heard your phone.
Yes, it is the phone. Rudy will get it. Let me give it some thought, Greg, and I'll get back to you tomorrow.
Answer that phone, will you please? It's driving me crazy.
And so Greg Marlowe, young playwright secretly in love with Mary, calls on wealthy Jacobus Pike to suggest he back a new Broadway musical based on the life of Zachary Taylor. Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Greg say...
Yes, Mr. Taylor, I'm sorry, Mr... Oh, I'm sorry.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking.
Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway.
We're still at the Backstage summer home in Skunk Haven now as Mary, Harry, Pop, and Calvin conclude their discussions of years gone by and their plans for the future, and think of things of the present as they discuss the missing furniture and appliances.
So, you sent it all out to be reupholstered, is that it?
Yes, when we went away, we figured that it'd be a good time to have the furniture done. We went to New York for the show, you know.
Uh-huh.
And you set the refrigerator out to be fixed too, did you? Same time?
Yes, it needed new gas.
Funny, we forgot.
Freon or whatever they put in those refrigerators.
Yeah. But all of that should be back soon. The rug's cleaned and back on the floor again. Let's go to the supermarket.
Yes, we should go to the supermarket and stock the larder.
And about a half hour later, our friends arrive at the Skunk Haven shopping mall. And you hear?
Well, let's go on in. Mind if I go shopping with you?
No, not at all, Calvin. I don't think you've seen our new shopping mall, have you?
No, I
Hey,
haven't.
it's a beauty.
It is nice, isn't it?
Cover it over so you don't get wet if it's raining.
Boy, this is a big supermarket, isn't it?
Hear that music they're playing? What does that remind you of, Mary?
I don't know. It's supposed to kind of soothe your nerves. I suppose it makes you want to buy more than you came for.
I don't know. It sounds like a silent movie to me.
Well, hey,
I don't
you
know
know
what
what I
the
think
thinking
I'm
is.
going to do, gang? I'm going to go over to the cereal section and read the back of the cereal boxes.
Oh, you mean find out which one has the best prize you can
Yeah.
pay for? Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
I might do that. Hey, there's some fella down there where that crowd is apparently going to speak or something.
Well, let's move up. We can catch what he has to say.
Hello, my friends, my fellow citizens.
Oh, it's Ralph Moody Lancaster.
This is Ralph Moody
He's
Lancaster.
running for mayor, isn't he?
I am your candidate for mayor.
Yes, he's the candidate. I
Thank you very much.
haven't caught up with the Skunk Haven politics lately.
I
We've been
know
so
that
busy.
when the rank and file march to the polls on Tuesday next,
Why don't you have him as a guest on your TV show, Harry?
they will mark their X
Well, that would be have to be
or
paid
poll
for.
believers for Ralph Moody Lancaster.
You mean you'd have to pay to go on your show?
It is a pleasure
Yes, while he's campaigning.
and a joy for me to come here
Well, talk
to
to
this
him after,
supermarket
after election day next
and to
Tuesday.
seek your vote.
Yes, next Tuesday after that.
We all know that being mayor of Skunk Haven is a very important task.
Look at all the people
One that
leaving.
falls upon me
Yes,
with great responsibility.
they're going out of here in droves. Look at
I want to say
the manager of the
that when
supermarket.
you vote for Ralph Moody Lancaster,
Manager's
You-
leaving even.
you are
I'm still listening, Ralph. Finish your speech. Ralph, you still in the mayoralty campaign? Or did you get some kind of a message?
What's the matter with you, Mr. Lancaster? Just because everybody left.
You gotta roll with the punch, Ralph, if you're gonna be mayor. Well, so long. What, Calvin?
Okay, I'm going to the cereal section. Ralph Moody.
And so our friends discover what's new at the shopping center and meet the candidate for mayor, Ralph Moody Lancaster. Be sure to join us tomorrow when we'll hear the candidate say,
And so when you vote on
that's
Tuesday,
tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word car begins. It's shortly after yesterday's episode now at the Skunk Haven, Long Island Shopping Mall as we rejoin our friends after they've shopped for food and have been listening to the mayoral candidate of Skunk Haven. Well, come on, Calvin, let's load the car with our groceries.
Sure.
Where's Pop?
And let me just say this.
Oh, he's back there still watching the candidate for mayor.
On Tuesday next, when you march to the polls,
Think he has any chance, Calvin?
the rank and file of the voters in this great community
Calvin?
go to the polls to assert themselves.
What? You think
You
Hector
will
Moody
be
Lancaster...
in that voting booth only with your conscience.
You think Lancaster has any chance to win
I
the
don't know.
mayoral campaign?
And let me just say that I will assume the responsibility
Well,
of
let's get
mayor
the groceries in the car. Be careful of the eggs, Calvin.
and that I will go forward to make this
We'll be careful.
one of the
You gotta,
finest communities in this area.
Call the Pop. Tell him that we're leaving.
Come
will you?
on, that guy's a whiz-bag.
Mary, here, can you just put this bag in the back with you?
In conclusion,
Mary?
yes,
Put this bag over there beside you in the seat, will you? Come on, Pop, we're leaving.
Go to the polls.
We're leaving,
The
Pop.
name Ralph
Well, I want to hear the end of his speech.
Lancaster
It's a
will
moving
be
speech.
there on the ballot. And that is my name.
Oh,
I
it's
ask for your support.
Just the same old baloney, Pop.
I
Come
want
on.
Skunk Haven to be a community in which we will be pleased and happy to live.
All right, Calvin, hop
I will
in. Mary, you're
promise
in.
you
Pop, we're
that we
leaving.
will have
All right, I'm coming.
Proper tax rate.
Okay, everybody in now? All right, get
One
in.
that is fair to all people.
Hate to drive off. We're the only people here listening to him.
The oath of office on January.
I know, but we've got to get home.
The Skunk Haven will set out
Lock your doors, everybody. Fasten seatbelts.
A prosperity that will never be forgotten.
What a beautiful afternoon it is, huh? Sun glinting down through the trees, the autumn leaves on the ground.
Huh?
I say the autumn leaves on the ground.
Yeah, Ralph Moody Lancaster. I gotta remember that name when I vote Susie.
He really had me spellbound there for a while.
Oh, some guys can speak and some guys can orate, but he is terrific.
I wonder if he can act, though, when he becomes mayor, if he'll be able to do anything.
I like the sing-songy quality he has when he makes the speech.
Yeah, it's almost hypnotic. It really grabs you.
Very good. Sensational.
Well, Mary, we've got to look forward to tonight's performance of Westchester Furioso and then tomorrow morning's TV show.
How much did that bill total up at the supermarket?
Well, let's see. There were eggs, milk, butter, bread, some vegetables, a little fruit. $93.70.
I bet you could have saved 85 cents if you went to that other store.
And so our friends head back to their summer home in Skunk Haven and start to plan tomorrow morning's TV show. You'll want to join us on Monday when we'll hear Calvin say,
"Hey, look, somebody's thumbing a ride up ahead. He looks familiar to me."
That's Monday in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Watch. Word car speaking.
Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway.
It's mid-evening in Manhattan, and at the Summer Garden Theater, Mary and Harry's hit Broadway musical, Westchester Furioso, is approaching the second act finish, the second act curtain. On stage now, Pop Beloved prepares to go into the dance that has made him famous overnight. Hey! Well! Hey! Mary, look at Pop dance. He's never danced better.
Oh, I love this part of the show.
He always comes back-winded.
Flowers to you, Mr.
Pop, you really threw yourself into it tonight. Oh, thanks. What did somebody say?
Flowers to you, Mr. Beloved.
Oh. Oh, thank you very much.
From an admirer.
You're,
Pop, the stage doorman.
Oh, well, thanks. Somebody left these for me, eh?
You know, it's hard for me to realize that one time you were a stage doorman, and now here you are back on the stage.
Yeah.
A star.
Well, it's certainly been a wonderful experience for me, Pop, and I hope you live to enjoy the same when you reach the twilight years of your existence.
You know, I was wondering, though, who'd send a guy flowers? I don't understand it.
Could be one of my old flames.
Yeah?
Well, are you going to open the box of flowers,
They're
Pop?
mostly chrysanthemums. I looked inside, and a few asters.
Yeah, I used to do that when I was a stage doorman.
Yeah?
Used to open all the packages under the idea
I didn't
that...
open the note, Paul.
Well, I'll do that. Privacy of my own tiny room.
You have a nice room there, I think.
Well, it's there. Just has that one single unshielded lamp.
Well, you have it kind of folksy with the drapes that you put up and everything.
They have all the old pictures of all the old shows. The greatest names on Broadway gave me their pictures.
Yeah, yeah.
Joe Franklin.
Who?
Joe Franklin.
Yeah.
Got his picture right there. Is it almost time for the finale, Harry? Mary?
I think it is. Yes.
Yes, we're going into it now. Let's get ready to go out and take our bows. And so the curtain falls on Act 2 of this performance of Westchester Furioso. Tomorrow there's a surprise in store, and you'll want to join us when we hear Mary say,
John Simon's on the phone for you, Pop.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Watch. Word car speaking.
Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway.
The curtain has fallen on tonight's production of Westchester Furioso at the Summer Garden Theater in New York. And our friends Mary, Harry, and Pop, stars of the production, and Calvin Hoogerman, their next-door neighbor, are gathered in Pop's dressing room as they look over the box of flowers recently delivered by the new stage doorman.
Those are lovely flowers you have there,
Yeah.
Pop. But isn't it unusual for a man to receive flowers?
Well, I don't know. I never received any before, Calvin.
Do you hear any ticking there at all?
I thought I did a while ago. Do you have a clock in here, Pop? No, just this pocket watch that I have on my...
Not my wristwatch either. But I distinctly hear some ticking, that's for sure.
Yeah, I do, too. Sounds like it's over there. Well, come on, open the flowers, Pop. If you're going to find out who they're from, you've got to read the card that's with them.
Yeah, that's right. Harry?
Yes, Calvin.
What do you think of that ticking sound? Do you notice it?
Well, I'm getting used to it now, but...
You don't suppose it has anything to do with the flowers? You remember back in Seattle, I think that... Well, I guess I'm just putting worry ahead.
Wait a minute, Calvin. You're triggering something in my mind.
Seems to me I recall some sort of exploding flowers we had at one
Yes,
time.
my long-lost black sheep brother Fielding. Remember, he was lurking outside the space heater?
Listen. I think it's coming from inside the box of the flowers.
Well, the stage doorman said he opened the box, looked at the flowers.
That's right, he said there were
He would have told me if there was a clock in there.
Or something else beside the clock. Yeah.
Well, like what, Calvin?
Well...
Yeah, like what, Calvin?
Well, like, like an explosive of some kind.
An explosive? An explosive?
Who would ever want to send the exploding flowers to Pop?
And besides, Fielding is miles away from here by now. We left him in Nova Scotia, don't you remember? Or Prince Edward Island.
Well, I don't suppose he's the only one who would send exploding flowers, however.
No, but he did it once before. It just reminded me that it might be him.
Well, why don't you just open up the envelope, Pop, and see who sent you the flowers?
Well, hey, not so fast, Calvin. Let's talk this thing out.
Well, I mean,
you do make a valid point that the last exploding flowers were given to us by Fielding.
Listen.
No, I don't hear it anymore, do you?
No, I guess it was...
Oh, there it goes.
Look, put your ear down here on the box that holds the flowers in
Yeah,
it.
right.
Listen, see if you don't hear it.
Don't hear anything.
We'll hear anything now.
Let me listen. No. Isn't that funny? Now, that's someplace
Oh, wait,
in this
wait a
room.
minute. I have very good ears.
Yes.
I have 20 ears. Let me listen. No, I don't hear anything. That's funny.
That is the strangest thing. Have you heard from Fielding, Harry? Do you know whether he's come back from Prince Edward Island or not? No, I haven't had any word from him. Can't remember the last time I heard
He
from
seemed
him.
to have found a home up there. In, where was he?
Prince Edward Island.
I know, what was the town he was in?
Oh, I don't remember.
Charlottetown, I think.
Charlottetown, something
Yeah,
like that.
I think so, yeah.
Well, of course, he made friends with that young lady up there and started her on a beautiful singing career.
Pop, just to get the bottom of it a little, why don't you open up that envelope and see who sent you those flowers?
All right, I will.
Okay.
Tear open the envelope here.
Well, who is it from?
Let's see, it says to Pop Beloved, co-star of Westchester Furioso, care of Summer Garden Theater, Times Square, Crossroads of the World, New York City, New York State, the zip code, USA.
Oh, I'm just going to open up the box and look at the
Oh,
flowers.
wait a minute, Calvin, hold it. Now, I will see who it's from first.
All right.
Look at that. What are you tearing there, Calvin?
I'm tearing this little piece of paper to write a note.
Oh. Well, I've got down to the piece of paper that was in the envelope. Look at that, it's blank.
It's unsigned?
You mean nobody's name is on it, Bob? No.
Listen, let me open the flowers. I want to see the flowers.
Okay, Mary. And so Mary finds a surprise as she opens the box of flowers delivered to Pop Beloved stage doorman. Who are the flowers from, and what does the explosion mean? Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Calvin say,
I can only raise my arm about this high.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife, Word Car speaking. Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the Footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Yesterday, Pop Beloved stage doorman and co-star with Mary and Harry in Westchester Furioso opened a box of flowers addressed to him, but with an unsigned card inside, and upon opening it, the box exploded. Pop was quickly taken to New York Central Hospital, where we see him now in his semi-private room as Mary, Harry, and Calvin pay him a visit.
Well, awfully sorry that you wound up here in the hospital, Pop.
Well, I am too, but I feel pretty well. They just wanted me to come in for observation, I guess. Well, they just want to be sure that nothing was wrong.
Report to emergency. Please report to emergency. Thank you.
It's really very nice here. But this fellow in the next bed has been asleep ever since
Attention, please.
they brought me
The
in.
visitor with the car license plate 359-662-439-7983-2459-11874W. Would you please move your car? Your license plate is in the way of the ambulance entrance.
Mary, what was that license number again?
I wasn't paying any attention.
Part of it sounded like ours, but... Oh, well, we didn't drive to the hospital anyway.
What's the doctor say here, Pop?
Well, I don't know yet. He's due in a little bit later, but they gave me some x-rays this morning, and
That's your bill yet?
No, he said I'd have the bill first thing in the morning.
Uh-huh.
But this fellow next to me is the one that's bothering me. He's been asleep ever since I came in, but he talks in his sleep.
Oh.
Sounds an awful lot like someone we've heard before.
That's no fun, being in a room with people talking in their sleep. How's the food?
They haven't fed me yet. I haven't had anything to eat.
Oh.
Who does he sound like, Pop? Well, he sounds like someone who's traveled around with us, in a way.
How are the nurses, Pop? Pretty cute?
Yeah, they're all cute. Getting younger every day.
Yeah? Well, you look at it the other way. You're getting older, I think.
Yes, I suppose that's right,
Yeah.
Calvin.
They still wear those white shoes with the crepe soles and the white stockings?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Calvin?
Well, I can only raise my arm about this high.
Maybe I'll have Dr. Stoll look you over when he comes in if you'd like to wait around.
Thanks. I feel pretty good.
Or you could go into the outpatient department, Calvin, and they might
No,
look at it.
it's just a muscle. I think it'll be all right in a few days.
Had nothing to do with the exploding flowers, did it?
No, not really. I tripped over the entranceway going out the back, the entranceway to the stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if the show must go on tonight. Do you know, Mary and Harry?
Well, it goes on, but naturally you won't be there. But
Who's going to do my part? Who's going to do my dance?
the stage doorman.
The stage doorman?
Yeah.
Say, putting two and two together, you don't suppose...
Well, the thought goes through my mind that possibly, yes.
He indicated a desire that he'd like to be a star on Broadway like you, Pop.
You don't think it was that stage doorman who set this up for you just so he could go on stage and dance and become a star like you, Pop?
I don't know, Mary. I just don't know. And so our friends begin to wonder whether the stage doorman at the Summer Garden Theater is responsible for the exploding flowers. You ought to join us tomorrow when we'll hear Mary say...
Yes, those new babies. They all look like little old men, don't they?
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife, Word Car speaking.
Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway.
Yesterday, we discovered that Pop Beloved had been injured in the opening of the box of flowers addressed to him at the Summer Garden Theater. And today we're back in his hospital room at New York Central Hospital, where Mary, Harry, Calvin, and Greg Marlowe, young playwright secretly in love with Mary, are crowding around Pop's bed, trying to discover just what he has.
Well, just how long do you think you'll be in the hospital?
Well, I don't know anything yet, Mary. The doctor is supposed to come in here any minute and tell me just what the prognosis is. Well, do you feel okay, Pop? By that I mean, are you comfortable? Oh, yeah, because I can be.
How's this fellow in the next bed? Is he?
He woke up a little while ago just before you people came. I can't tell if he's awake now or not. Hey, you awake over there? Oh, he's asleep again.
Well, that's just as well. Well, what do you do to pass the time?
Oh, here comes the doctor now.
Yeah, Lord. Oh, hello, Doctor.
This is Dr. Fred B. Stoll, Mary and Harry Backstage.
How do you do, Doctor?
How do you do? How do you do? How do you do, Mrs. Backstage?
The lovely green gown you're wearing.
All right, which one is the patient here? Well, Doctor, the one in the bed there, of course. Yes, it's me, Doc. Oh, you're Pop Beloved, huh? Look to my nurse.
Yeah.
Nurse Roothouse, have you got his record there?
It's right here. I've attached it to the bottom of the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's running a little temperature.
Yeah. It looks as if, Pop, we're going to have to operate. Operate?
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 Operate what?
Greg?
Operate on Pop?
Yeah, that's right. It's not a complicated operation. He should be up and around in 3 or 4 weeks, I would think.
3 or 4 weeks?
3 or 4 weeks.
We have a play.
3 or 4 weeks? What about my dancing number in Westchester Furioso? Well, I don't know about that, but we do need to operate. Now, if you just get on this table, we'll take you right down there and have the whole thing fixed in a few minutes.
Wait, just a moment, Doctor.
Yeah.
Have you checked him out at all? You haven't even...
Yeah, I was looking at this medical record
Well, you ought to look at him. He's the real thing.
Well, that fellow's woke up next to me there. Don't know what his name is. He doesn't say anything.
What's he in here for, Doctor?
Brain bum. Oh, that's a very strange case.
Is he your patient?
Yeah, oh, he has terrible fits of depression and then great big highs they are. We don't know what
peaks and valleys.
That's right.
I know,
you look at his
I know
chart.
how that goes. Yeah.
Well, come on, Doc.
One day he's happy, the next day he's blue.
Yeah, that's right. I guess you've experienced the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done.
Come on, let's get it over with, Doc. I'm on the table. Let's go. The sooner I get this operation, the quicker I'm back on Broadway.
I'll go with you, Pop, and see that everything comes out all right.
Pop, I think there's just one thing we should tell you about being back on Broadway. That is that the other stage doorman is stepping in your place.
That's right, Pop. He's going to have to take over your part.
Until I get back, you mean?
If you get back.
And so, as he's being wheeled to the operating room, Pop Beloved hears the rather ominous news that he may not have the part in Westchester Furioso when he returns. Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Greg Marlowe say...
Audience, the part of Pop Beloved will be played tonight by Pop Sturdley.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking.
Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway.
As Pop Beloved was wheeled away to the operating room at New York Central Hospital, Mary and Harry rushed back to the Summer Garden Theater for their evening performance in Westchester Furioso, in which the new stage doorman, Pop Sturdley, is to take over Pop's role. Now, toward the end of the second act, in the middle of the ping-pong number, we see... Well, Margaret, That's your point.
Yeah.
Now 16-14.
Don't put any English on it.
Watch this one. A beauty, if I say so myself.
Oh, it's so furious here in Westchester.
You know it. Watch it. And up. And it's your game.
Oh, it's so good to have you back again.
Furiously played, Margaret. And as Mary and Harry go back into the wings, they're greeted by Greg Marlowe, young playwright secretly in love with them.
Oh, just great. I want to make an announcement
Thank you, Greg.
now to the audience about the substitution.
Oh, yes, you'll have to do that. All ready to go on?
May I have your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's performance? The role that has been essayed so beautifully by Pop Beloved will be played tonight by Pop Sturdley, stage doorman. I would like to add just this one point, that Pop Beloved was injured in an accident backstage, but we've been told he's coming along fine. We just hope that you will receive Pop Sturdley tonight as warmly as you have received Pop Beloved before.
Almost time for you to go out there, Pop, as soon as Greg comes back. Good luck to you and break a leg.
Fine. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, wish him luck, Mary.
Good luck to you, Pop.
There he goes. Mary, I think he's even better than Pop Beloved. Hey! Terrific! Oh, wonderful, Pop. You really did great. I think the way the audience accepted you, you're going to be a star overnight.
Oh, I think you were just great. Just great. Just wonderful.
Telegram for Mr. Marlowe.
Oh, fine. Thank you. Over here.
Here you are.
Do you have to sign for those still?
No.
I didn't think so.
Good day.
Thank you.
Who's it from, Greg?
I don't know. I haven't opened it yet. It's called. Oh, it's from the physician attending Pop Beloved.
Wait, does it seem terribly quiet in here to you?
It's from the doctor who is attending Pop Beloved.
Greg, you can't mean...
Yes.
You mean... And so, Greg Marlowe receives a wire, apparently with bad news. Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll learn more of its contents, when we'll hear Mary say, "Oh, it's good news." That's Monday in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking.
Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway.
In our last episode, we learned that the new stage doorman had gone on in place of Pop Beloved in the big dance number concluding Act 2 of Westchester Furioso and proved to be a big hit. Meanwhile, at New York Central Hospital, Pop has been wheeled into the operating room and is about to be operated on by Dr. Fred B. Stoll, his assistant chandler, and Nurse Rita.
All right, just roll them in, boy.
Yeah, right over here, Nurse. All right. Well, Pop, how do you feel? Oh, I feel pretty good, Doc.
Well, nothing to worry about, boy. We'll have you up and dancing in no time.
I sure hope so. I want to get back to that show the worst way. Well, it won't take too long. Over here a little bit, under the window light here, be a little bit better.
All right, boy. We'll roll them up next to the window, boy.
Right, see, it's your left leg, Pop. Is that right? Yeah, that's the one that's It's the one that I injured in the explosion of the flowers that were delivered to me. Yeah, that was a strange accident I heard about it backstage there.
Yeah.
Yes, we have all the tools.
Well, let me see. Now, what will you be wanting? Oh, don't forget your rubber gloves.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you're not going to use that, are you?
What?
That drill, I hear.
Oh, no. No, boy.
Oh, you got the good sense of humor there, Pop. No, they're remodeling the far end of the operating room. I hope it won't disturb you too much. Oh, well, as long as I know it's...
There we are, boy.
I suppose your hospital's expanding all the time, isn't it?
Oh, yes, boy. Now, what leg was it?
It's the left one there, Chandler. You have the anesthesia?
Well, you still have a shoe on that foot there, boy.
Oh, yeah, well, let me take it off there. My socks on, too.
Yeah, that is. Not a nurse. Did you prepare this man? Well, I didn't know what you wanted to do. I thought maybe he was going to have his tonsils out or something.
No, I had those out about 67 years ago.
They grow back sometimes.
All right, you construction then, if you can just keep it down a little bit, we're going to operate here.
Well, look, we can't do everything, buddy.
I understand.
We only got 2 arms.
I understand, so does the patient.
I've been told to do 2 legs, and I've been told to...
Don't mention legs, will you please, until the operation's over there. Construction man. Yeah, well, they'll try to be as quiet as they can.
Well, this dust bother you?
No, I don't think so. We're over here near the window. The air will, the wind will blow in.
It's kind of dusty, the work we're doing.
You think you should leave the window open while you operate, Dr. Stoll? There's a lot of soot in the air, you know.
Oh, I think maybe we should, boy.
Well, it's not that long an operation. We just want to straighten out what was wrong there by the...
What happened to your leg, boy?
Well, I was delivered some flowers backstage after a performance of Westchester Furioso, and as we opened the box, it exploded. All right, keep it down now. You give him the anesthetic, will you, Chandler? Nurse Woodhouse will stand by with tools, or a scalpel, and...
Don't forget your rubber gloves.
No, I've got them all there. I've got them. Not you, Pop, me. I'm the doctor. Oh, I didn't know.
Take them off him.
There you are. I not myself today. That's an improvement, whoever you are. Now, I think we're all ready. Scalpel, nurse. What are you laughing at? You and Nurse Woodhouse.
I'd rather have a happy surgeon than one who wasn't.
Yeah,
Believe me.
yes, you're right. Go ahead, Doc. I trust implicitly in your medical acumen.
Wait a minute, boy. Don't talk that way to the surgeon.
Well, that was a compliment, Chandler.
Oh, there's one thing I want to straighten out before
Yes,
we
nurse?
go further. Do you have any accredited credit card, or how do you want to pay for this caper?
Well, we're all back in my room.
Well, we can't go ahead till we have something.
All right, wheel him back to the room. We'll wait here. And so Nurse Roothouse prepares to wheel Pop back to his room so that he may obtain his credit cards from his wallet inside his coat hung up in the closet. Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Chandler say...
When is the expiration date on this card, boy?
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking.
Sure.
It's 60 degrees last. No, it's 58 degrees at the moment, but
Yes, isn't it unseasonably warm?
It certainly is. What's going to happen with the
2
operating?
episodes, or not 2 episodes, 2 scenes today.
Oh, I like
Episode.
those, the 2 scenes.
We have been wrapping up Pop, figuratively speaking, of course. And then
Got scared there for a minute, Chet.
Scene 2 is the recovery room, where he will be talking with the nurses and doctors.
Who's that? Dr. Stoll or Pop? Pop,
Both.
Pop can talk. He had a local anesthetic.
And he's been awake throughout the entire procedure.
Well, it's bodes to be a good episode, one of those Tuesday shows that just kind of a filler Tuesday, isn't it?
Yes, I think you could
Call it that, yes. You could call it a filler thing. But you'll enjoy it, I think. And we put a little fun into it. And I think some surprises that will tickle the fancy of your listener.
Okay, Chester Hasbrook Frisbee. I hope our listener will stay with us. Next, Mary Backstage, Noble Wife. The story of America's first family of the Footlights and of their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway. Today, we're back in the operating room as Dr. Fred B. Stoll wraps up the operation on... Scalpel, nurse. There you are, Doctor. There you go. Sutures? You bet. No, I mean that suture there for the operation. Everything all right, Pop?
Right, boy.
Yeah, it's okay. Great sensation being able to talk and being operated on.
bother you guys, does it?
Well, no, it's all right as long as you try to keep it down.
I'm trying to get through a group before here so I can shore up this wall before it caves in.
Yeah, well, they don't want that to cave in. How much more you got to do, Doctor?
Yeah, boy.
Oh, just a little bit, Noah. Hey. You didn't... No, I didn't do that. We're all just about finished now. Nurse, will you hand me that...
There you are.
All right, and the adhesive tape there, please.
There you are. Right,
Chandler, this is one of my best operations, I think.
You did a good job, boy.
Well, you certainly were painless, Dr. Stoll. I just feel like I'm floating.
Better roll him down to the recovery room now.
Yeah, well, we'll be down to see you later, Pop. Nurse Roothouse, you can wheel him back to the recovery room. All right, thanks, Doc. Here, let me give you a hand there, sir. I haven't done any carpentry for quite a while. And a few moments later, in the recovery room of New York Central Hospital...
Yeah, boy, you should be comfortable here now.
Well, is this the regular recovery room, or... I mean, that baby crying over there. This looks more like a nursery to me.
Well, it is, boy.
Is the hospital this crowded?
This is the only place we could find a bed for you. You won't be here too long, boy.
Well, I hope not. That could get very irritating if I was here any length of time.
Oh, you'll get so you get used to it. You'll sleep like a log, boy.
Oh, well, of course I like babies. It isn't that, but...
Yeah, you'll get used to that sound.
Uh-huh. How soon do you think I'll be able to go back to room 318?
Oh, maybe in a day or two. Let's keep our fingers crossed, shall we?
Pete, I got to be in here for a day or two?
Right, boy.
Oh, that's longer than I think. I think maybe that baby's hungry.
You want to get him his bottle, nurse?
Who? That baby over there. Oh, I'm not hungry. I just want to take a little nap and,
Would you like a bottle?
No, I don't care. Pretty nurse.
Wonder whether they're boys or girls, those babies, boy.
What do you mean, Chandler?
I wonder if they're boy babies or girl babies.
Can't you tell?
No, they don't have any clothes on, boy.
Well, I'm just going to go to sleep now. This will all be over when I wake up. It'll all be just a bad dream.
No, this is no dream, boy.
And so, Pop has survived the operation and prepares for recovery in the nursery at New York Central Hospital. But has he survived? Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Chandler say...
Where's Pop gone, boy? He's not in his room. He's not in the nursery.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. Thank you. No. Next, Mary
Backstage, Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway.
And it's a few hours after yesterday's episode now at New York Central Hospital, where we join Pop Beloved in his hospital room as he's visited by Calvin L. Hoogerman, the Backstage's next-door neighbor. It's almost dinner time in Pop's room as Calvin comments on the last rays of the setting sun falling over the west side of the city.
Well, the sun's going down now, Pop. And won't be long before it'll be dark here in the old hospital.
No, I suppose not, but I want to thank you for coming over here so soon after the operation, Calvin.
No, I don't like to come visit you here. You're not too happy here, you know. I don't enjoy coming to the hospital.
Well, look, at the bright side of it, the operation's over. It's a success. Dr. Stoll told me I'd be walking around in a couple of weeks. I'll be back to the show, and everything looks hunky-dory now.
Oh, I know that, but, you know, I'd rather you were home anyway.
Well, of course, I'll need a little attention before I can get up and walk around.
I was reading the chart here on the foot of your bed. Looks like you're coming along real well.
Yes, they say I'll be able to hobble around in a couple days and just take it easy and rest up. And,
see that your temperature is stabilized right in around about 78, 79 degrees. It's just about right, isn't it?
This room feels cold to you?
No, it feels fine to me.
Did Mary and Harry say they're going to stop by? I really miss them.
I have no idea.
How's the TV show going?
Pretty good.
Mr. and Mrs. Broadway, it's called.
Yes, it's going fine, Pop.
I wish my dinner would arrive. It must be just about dinner time. It's 4:22. Why don't you ask that nurse, Calvin, if dinner's on the way?
Is the dinner ready for this fella here? Yes, it's coming down the corridor now.
Boy, I can hardly wait. You know, when you get to feel good the way I am, you work up an appetite. Not being very active or having much else. Come in. Oh, it's dinner.
It's dinner.
Oh, boy. Put it right here.
Okay. Put it there, pal. Put it there.
Trying to break into show business, are you?
Yeah, a little bit. You want me to crank this up for you?
Yeah, if you will, please.
Okay.
Calvin, you don't need to
Eat it
leave.
in good health.
Wonder why he was laughing when he left the tray here.
Oh, I don't know.
Hey.
Well, let's see what you got there.
Oh, let me take the cover off the top here. Huh.
What is that?
Is it meat?
A mystery to me.
That's what it is. It's mystery meat.
Oh.
And there's some peas and string beans, carrots, all mixed together.
They have a nice way with vegetables, don't they?
Little salad here, no dressing.
You want any kind of a special diet?
I don't think so, no. Not any particular reason I should be.
No, but it looks like it the way this tray looks.
Yes, it does.
What is that dessert?
Looks like half-baked Indian pudding.
Wow.
Had to find a couple of half-baked Indians to make it. Oh.
Can we come in?
Oh, come in, Mary, Harry.
Oh.
Hello, Pop.
Oh, we didn't know
Hey.
we were just eating.
Boy, now, nurse, would you bring a couple more chairs in for my friends, the Backstages? How are you, Mary?
Oh, fine.
You know Calvin Hoogerman here, your next-door neighbor.
What's that you're eating?
What is that, Pop? Did they just bring that to
It's
you?
some kind of a mystery meat. You don't know what it is.
We haven't tried it yet, or I haven't, but using the editorial...
Well, you didn't come here to eat anyway.
What?
I say you didn't come here to eat.
No, but I'm hungry. Do you mind if I have dinner while you're here?
Go right ahead. We just thought we'd come by and tell you how the show's going.
Oh, hey, that's something that's been worrying me. Dr. Stoll said I could be back in the cast within 2 weeks.
Forget it.
Forget it, Pop.
Yeah.
Huh? What do you mean?
Pop Sturdley has done a wonderful job.
He's the new stage doorman, and we pressed him into service the night that the flowers exploded and you were brought to the hospital.
Greg Marlowe says he's, I don't know how to tell you this, but even better than you, Pop.
Huh?
Greg Marlowe says that he thinks Pop Sturdley is even better than you in the role.
Pop, you have a glazed stare in your eye.
What's the matter, Pop?
Huh?
Is it for dinner? What seems to be wrong?
What's that?
I said,
What are you people doing in this room?
Oh, we came to visit you. We're your friends.
We came as quickly as we could after our TV show and our afternoon matinee. Durst Roothouse,
Yes.
will you show these people out, please?
Come on, everybody out.
But we're your friends, Pop. Out.
I don't understand this. Let me have your roll.
I'd say he has amnesia. Well, does Pop Beloved have amnesia? Was the shock of learning that the new stage doorman is starring in his role responsible for it? Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Chandler, Dr. Stoll's assistant, say,
He's suffering from amnesia, boy.
that's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Carr speaking. If he's, I guess, but
No, it's
Affliction.
It's a mental affliction, of course.
I have this very long.
Been for years, with human beings, and was never adequately diagnosed until very recent times, comparatively speaking.
No, I didn't know that, but of course we've all come to be familiar with it through the soap operas of radio and now TV.
Well, it goes way back to the days when the hatters were mad as hatters because of the mercury fumes they inhaled.
Right, it goes back before radio then.
Oh, yes. Amnesia was around, but hadn't been really diagnosed as such.
That's interesting.
It really is. Yeah. Now, to answer your question, I have no idea just how long Pop will be suffering from amnesia.
Well,
And I'll say this, that it will be especially through Thanksgiving anyway.
Oh, really?
So he won't have too good a time, will he? Although you do enjoy things, it's just that you don't recall. You have no recall of the past.
I mean, he can't remember if he has turkey in the hospital. A couple hours later, he couldn't remember.
No, that's right. He wouldn't even remember his lottery number if he'd won $1 million.
Isn't that frightening?
It is. It's scary.
Next, Mary Backstage Noble Wife, the story of America's favorite family of the footlights and their fight for security and happiness against the concrete heart of Broadway.
Yesterday, during their visit to Pop at New York Central Hospital, he apparently contracted amnesia when Mary and Harry mentioned that the new stage doorman had taken over his role very successfully in Westchester Furioso. Stunned, Mary, Harry, and Calvin immediately left Pop's room and tried to find Dr. Stoll. And a few minutes later now, as we hear them...
I think Dr. Stoll's office is right here.
Yes, that looks like it. It says Dr. Fred B. Stoll on the door.
Well, should we just go in or should we rap on the door? Let's rap on the door.
Well, listen.
Can we come in and see you? We're friends of Pop Beloved.
Oh, yeah. How about this?
Oh, come in, my friend.
Yeah, okay. We just left Pop Beloved in his room.
Yeah?
And,
Oh, you're with the Backstagers. Mary and Harry.
Mary, you
and,
better tell him about it.
Well, yes. It appears that he...
Excuse me just a minute.
Yes.
Dr. Stoll here. Yes, Nurse Roothouse.
Well, we should tell him all about it.
Well, no, it's all right for now. I just give him the medicine that I prescribed and just watch him for a while. Keep his temperature where it is. And... Yeah, sure. Right, Nurse Roothouse. Oh, I'm sorry to be interrupted, by the way. What were you saying, Mrs.
I was
Backstage?
saying that when we gave some news to Pop, it appears that he went into some sort of mental shock, and he didn't recognize us.
Excuse me, here's my assistant, Chandler. Chandler, you know the Backstages.
Oh, hello, boy.
How do you do, Chandler?
boy.
And you know Calvin Hoogerman.
Hello, sir.
They're Pop's
Oh,
friend.
yeah, boy.
Mrs. Backstage was just telling me a rather interesting story about our patient. Excuse
Just
me.
a minute, boy. Phone for you.
For me,
Hello.
What seems to be the trouble, boy?
Yes.
Well, we were talking to
No,
Bob
they
in
mentioned
his
that
room
nature,
just a few
but,
moments ago.
Yeah.
Yes, and we told him about
Yeah,
how
well,
successful the other fellow was in
I'd
his
say
role.
getting a couple of
And he just
aspirin
seemed
and
impressed. He
keep
seemed
an
to
eye
get
on
who
the
he was.
temperature, you
Is that
know.
right, boy?
Yeah, well, that's
mean,
right. We're kind of worried
He
about
didn't
him,
recognize
Chandler.
you, boy?
And
That's
didn't
right.
tell him I'll
He
check
didn't know
with him
who we were.
a little bit later on.
Is there any chance
That's
that you
right.
come
No,
through
they're
this
here now, and I'm talking
Oh,
with
I'll
them.
be sure, boy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Backstages, to interrupt you.
Dr. Stoll, they were telling me that Pop Beloved is suffering from amnesia, boy.
So, amnesia.
Right, boy.
What makes you think that, Mr. and Mrs. Backstage?
Well, when we told him the story of Pop Sturdley being so successful in his role, it seemed to hit him very strongly, and he reacted like, well, he just seemed to forget everything. He forgot his name, he forgot who we were, and he ordered us from his room immediately.
Chandler, do you think this is possible? Could the news that the other person has his part in the play?
Yeah, boy. Any shock like that could trigger a light brain into nothingness, boy.
That was rather a tactless thing to say, Mrs. Backstage.
Well, now that I think about it, it certainly wasn't the way I put it.
Just out of the operating room, he was in no condition to accept shocking news like that. Yeah.
Now I know, but I didn't at the time. It was quite careless of me, I'm sure, but I didn't think it would affect him this way.
Is there anything you can do, Dr. Stoll, to bring him out of this?
Oh, I'm sure there is, boy.
I don't know of anything. Do you, Chandler?
Well, maybe we go down and give him another shock, like the bill or something, boy.
Oh, so that might be the thing, that might bring him around.
One shock to bring about the results of another shock, boy.
Well, that kind of makes sense to me, Chandler.
I don't want anything to harm poor Pop. He's a very dear friend of ours, you see.
See, we want him back in the play. It's just not the same Westchester Furioso with the other stage doorman playing his role.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I saw it with the other stage doorman in it just a couple of nights ago, and I thought he did a very good job.
Yeah.
Well, we still want to get Pop cured of amnesia.
Why don't you go down and see him, and maybe you could talk to him, and maybe he doesn't have her anymore.
Wait, excuse me just a minute.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Yes, this is Dr. Stoll.
More phone calls than a bookie.
What's that?
Oh, boy.
What? I'll be right there, nurse. This is terrible. Pop, beloved, is missing from his room. And so, Dr. Stoll receives word that Pop Beloved is no longer in his room at New York Central Hospital. Be sure and join us tomorrow when we'll hear Chandler say,
he's heading for the nurse's home, boy.
That's tomorrow in the next exciting episode of Mary Backstage Noble Wife. Word Car speaks.